Despite sluggish semiconductor exports, South Korea's economy expanded in the first quarter on an increase in auto exports and private spending. Our Moon Hye-ryeon has this report.
South Korea's economy narrowly avoided going into recession as it recorded growth in the first quarter of this year. According to data released by the Bank of Korea on Friday, the country's gross domestic product showed growth of 0.3% on quarter between January and March, the same as the advanced estimate given at the end of April. The country showed economic growth for 9 consecutive months from 2021, but with a downturn in exports, recorded a contraction of 0.3% in the fourth quarter of last year. On year, however, the first quarter of this year only saw a 0.9% growth.
Growth on year in the 0% range is low, and we have entered a period of slow growth with the annual rate itself falling, unlike high growth rates in the past.
With the latest data, the agency attributed the turnaround to a rise in private spending on the back of eased COVID-19 restrictions. Spending on dining and accommodation, as well as recreational activities, saw 0.6% growth this quarter compared to the previous quarter. Government consumption also expanded by 0.4% on the back of increased spending on social security benefits, despite a decrease in expenditure on goods. And despite sluggish semiconductor exports, exports overall grew by 4.5% as auto exports saw significant growth, an increase of 0.7 percentage points compared to the growth recorded last quarter. However, facility investment fell by 5% due to a decline in machinery investment. Meanwhile, the country's gross national income, the total amount of money earned by people and businesses, rose by 1.9% on quarter. The Bank of Korea also released their overview for national accounts in 2022, showing that GDP increased by 2.6%, the slowest pace since the pandemic broke out in 2020. The central bank also lowered this year's economic growth outlook to 1.4%, with an extended slowdown for exports looking likely amid an ongoing global economic slump. Moon Hye-ryeon, Arirang News.